G'day guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Des, and together with my partner Abby and our beast Shadow, we live full time in our little tin shed on wheels, currently in Far North Queensland. I have a love for photography in the outdoors, and I thought I'd bring you guys along with me as I explore what this amazing state has to offer. Let's get into this week. Hey guys, this week's episode is a little bit different from my usual adventures. Still got some photography in there, and I've gone into the history of the sugarcane industry up here in Far North Queensland. More of a short doco, I guess. So I'll show you guys around our new place where we're staying at the moment, and then yeah, we'll get into it. So this is where we've moved from the tropical flower farm that we were at for, I think we were there for about a month. And yeah, now we're at a suburb just outside of Cairns. It's about 25 minutes south of Cairns. And yeah, you can see, got the setup. It's absolutely beautiful. There is a helicopter flying around at the moment because this area has the yellow crazy ants. So they actually fly around with, I think it's pellets that they actually drop into the ground. The place here is so beautiful in the mornings. We got the birds, all different types of birds singing and kookaburras going off, and you know, most of the time it's dead quiet. It's just now there is that helicopter. But other than that, it's absolutely beautiful here. So I'll show you guys around a little bit. It's like 3 acres property, and we have this whole section to ourselves. And the owners are actually in a house just kind of up a bit further. And yeah, the rest of it we have. So it's an awesome setup. We're loving it so far. We've been here for about 2 weeks so far. And yeah, it's closer for Abby to get to work, right? So she's working just on the southern side of Cairns. So it takes her like 20 minutes, 25 minutes to get to work, which is absolutely perfect. So this is like just one section of the property, right? It's amazing. It's going to be nice once the creek fills up a little bit and we can swim in that, because it's going to get hot. Coming into the wet season is going to be interesting for that one. We'll see how we go, hey? I'm going to go out and do some sunrise photography tomorrow. We'll go out and get around these tram lines and have a suss of the sugarcane industry and go into a bit of history on all that. Finally got my tripod back, lads. So stoked, eh? So three-legged thing sent me out a new, it's like this bit here, what the legs actually attach to. So all the legs screw on. Each one screws onto this main bit. Everything kind of attaches to that. So they were able to just send me out a new one of these, and that was all covered under warranty. Man, like, how's this place? Look at this. It's just like, if you come from, you know, where we were come from, South Australia, it's just such a completely different world. I mean, look at it. And this is like their backyard. It's crazy, right? How is this tree, dude? Like, I've been trying to find out what it is. If anyone knows and can tell me, that would be amazing. Look at the size of this thing. And the vines hanging off of it. Like, it looks like something out of bloody Avatar, man. Like, how is it? Good morning from Gordon Vale, early morning, trying to do some sunrise photography around the sugarcane fields. I'm just running a time lapse on this scene right now. How nice is that? Just that beautiful cloud just rolling over the top with the light hitting it there. Also got Walsh's Pyramid over here looking glorious, and the sugarcane mill pumping as it always is. So yeah, I've had already a locomotive go past towing the cane bins, so we'll see what we can do out here this morning. So that light now is absolutely beautiful. I've already snapped off a few compositions, so see what you guys reckon. She's warmed up a little bit now, still here in Gordon Vale with the backdrop, Walsh's Pyramid there behind me. which I actually hiked in a previous video if you'd like to go check that out after this one. Now, the Gordon Vale Mill is the oldest operating mill in Australia, still operating today. It opened in 1896. And then they actually built the tramway from Cairns down to Gordon Vale in 1897. Back then it was known as Nelson, and then they followed the tram line through, built it from Gordon Vale or Nelson down to Aloomba in 1898, and then they actually made it all the way to Babinda in 1910. So for over a century, the mill was actually owned as a co-op by all of the local growers in the area. And in 2008, that shifted, and now MSF Sugar own it, who are a part of the Thailand group MIPPOL. They operate about 800 kilometres worth of tramways in the area, but in this region here of Gordon Vale, from the Mulgrave Mill, is around 250 k's worth of tramways. There are still 4 sugar mills in operation today in Far North Queensland. Apart from the Mulgrave Mill in Gordon Vale, there's the South Johnston near Innisfail, Tableland Mill in the Atherton Tablelands, and Tully Mill in Tully, being the only independent operated one. The rest of the mills are owned by MSF Sugar. There was also a mill north of Cairns in Mossman, and that had been operating since 1897 but recently shut down in 2022. And now they actually truck the sugar from Mossman down to the Mulgrave Mill in Gordon Vale. So all of the sugar is still grown locally, but it's international, so it goes onto tables all around the world. Queensland's cane tramways stretch across 4,000 kilometres in total, with around 3,000 k's actively hauling to cane mills each harvest season today. But the 4 cane mills that are still in operation up here in Far North Queensland today covers about 800k worth of cane tramways. The Tableland Mill is its own inland mill and isn't connected to the Gordon Vale Mulgrave Mill. Before the tramway, farmers actually had to cart their own harvest down rough dirt roads with bullocks and horses, which was extremely slow and expensive. The tramway changed everything. Suddenly you could move large, heavy loads pretty quickly. So when the Cairns to Mulgrave tramway opened in 1897, it came with the first steam locomotives to haul cane and passengers between Cairns and Gordon Vale. And by the 1920s, the Mulgrave Mill had a fleet of British-built Hudswell-Clark steam engines, as well as French-built de Courville engines. They're lighter, faster, cheaper to run, and don't need constant water and fuel stops like the steam ones did. Through the 1960s and 1970s, most mills phased out steam completely. All cane tramways in Queensland now run on the diesel locos. Every season, from June to November, harvesters cut the cane and load it straight into these bins. Modern harvesters cut the cane at the base, strip the leaves and chop the stalks into billets, all in a single pass. The machine then blows the billets straight into waiting haul-out bins. Beside each harvester, tractors with specially designed bins keep pace. These haul-out drivers have a tough job, staying in sync with the harvester as tons of cane pour into the bins. Once a haul-out tractor is full, there's no time to waste. The driver peels away from the harvester and heads straight for the tram siding. Every load of billets is tipped into waiting rail bins, ready to be coupled up into a cane train. As soon as the bins are emptied, the tractor races back to the paddock to keep in step with the harvest. It's a fast, constant cycle that runs all day, every day through crushing season. At the sidings, you'll see rows of steel bins ready to be collected. Locomotives couple them up and haul the loaded trains back to the mill, where the cane must be crushed quickly before the sugar content starts to fall. Mills work to a 24-hour window. Ideally, cane is crushed within 16 to 24 hours of harvesting. Beyond that, the sugar content starts to fall, which means less sugar per tonne and lower returns. Wherever cane is being cut, you'll notice the birds aren't far away. Ibis, storks, and even kites circle the harvesters, swooping in as the machinery flushes out insects, frogs, and small animals from the cane. For them, harvest time is a moving feast, and for us, it's a reminder of how closely wildlife and farming are tied together in this landscape. Once the cane reaches Mulgrave Mill, the real work begins. Each trainload is tipped and fed into giant shredders that tear the stalks apart. The cane is crushed between massive rollers, squeezing out the sweet juice that's carried away for processing. From there, the juice is heated and clarified, then boiled down into a thick syrup. As it cools, sugar crystals form, which are spun in huge centrifuges to separate the raw sugar from the molasses. By the end of the process, raw sugar is bagged and sent off for refining. Some of it shipped overseas, some heading south to Queensland's refineries. Every tonne of cane that leaves the paddock eventually becomes the sugar that finds its way to our kitchens. Once the cane has been harvested and hauled away, the paddocks are far from clean. The harvesters leave behind tons of trash, the leafy tops, the shredded stalks, and debris scattered across the ground. Left to rot, this can attract pests and make it harder for farmers to prepare for the next planting. That's where the burn-off comes in. After harvest, farmers often set controlled fires across the fields, reducing the trash to ash in a matter of minutes. Beyond clearing the ground, the ash itself adds nutrients back into the soil, recycling part of the crop for the season ahead. It's a cycle that's been part of cane farming for generations. Harvest, burn, and then regrowth as the next crop takes root. Now, although this industry has been pumping for over a century, and all the technology has changed from harvesting by hand to machinery, to then going from horse-drawn carts to steam locomotives, and then eventually to diesel locomotives that are still used today, all the tramways and the sugarcane fields are the same. I've really enjoyed getting into the history of all of this region, and I hope you guys have too. And if you did, please subscribe down below and come join me on my next adventure, guys. See you in the next one.